everybody, Sable, Falcon, Secreos. Hi guys, can you hear me okay? Is the sound something happened to my audio settings and I'm not entirely sure. Can hear you fine. Okay, awesome. Hi, sorry about that. Hello to the blank, welcome to the blank canvas for today. I'm gonna start in a second. Okay, so, hi, and welcome everybody. I didn't stream last week, because I got sick, even though I still had, Ed ducking to your mic and PC audio? Ducking? Like a duck? Quack quack? Like the quacking duck? What? I don't know what that is, man. It's a setting in OBS filters. Ducking? I mean, can you hear me okay, or is it Can you hear me okay? I can, but you're competing with the music. Okay, hang on. I just need to lower the music then. Okay, can you hear me now? The music better? I lowered it a bit. Oh, I know what happened. There you go. Yeah, all of my settings got screwed up. I don't know what happened. No, she can't hear it. It's in my headphones. She can't hear it, and she is fast asleep. She's a good girl. She's probably gonna go away once she realizes that I'm streaming again. She hates it. She doesn't like me talk. Okay, so the music is, by the way, by Audio Goblin. It was created for our Hydra collab between Tom Cardo's Azzy Free, Audio Goblin, and myself. We released it last week, I believe. And here you can take a look at his Patreon. Really quite lovely. I really, really like this song a lot. Yeah. Alright, so here's the deal. Hey, thank you for following me, Sikrios. It is very kind of you and very nice to see. Okay, so. Okay, so basically I cannot find. Oh, there we go. I lost my glove. I have, if you can see my. Oh, sorry, cat. Woke up the cat. You can see my hand. I use two gloves. This glove is for. It's basically to keep my wrist warm, and then there's a second glove that I use that is only for the other two fingers, and that's so that my hand doesn't get stuck on the tablet. And I thought I lost the other one, the top one. Okay, so King Tut. Here's what I'm thinking. This map I want it to be, basically it's going to be a customizable little map. There's going to be a generic desert background, and then I'm going to have like a large face of King Tut on it somewhere, but then I will also make like a little oasis, a few maybe palm trees, and a few like small shacks, buildings, type of thing, so that people can make like a village or whatever, and all of it is going to be released in acid form. So basically, people will be able to, if they don't want the face of King Tut to be on the map, they just will not use it. Hopefully, I will actually accomplish doing all of that before Friday, because I scheduled it to be released on Friday, and I'm like, oh dear God, I don't have a whole lot of time to work on it. So we'll see how it goes. It should be not too difficult. Hopefully, we'll see. I am also going to look for some reference images for the desert, to see what color scheme I like. We did a few last time, and I like the pinkish, not the orange maps, or deserts, but kind of like pinkish deserts, and I really like this one. Has nice texture too. I don't know if I'll be able to replicate that, but it has beautiful texture. This texture right here is quite amazing. I don't know if I'll be able to do this though. Considering the scale that I will be working on, I think it might be a little bit just too far to be able to tell. But I like this. I like this color. Let's grab the others. This one I worked with. I looked at last time that I worked on. I think it was the Guardian statue. Yeah, I like this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab one of these colors, maybe more like this, and I don't know, that might be a little too bright. I'm just gonna color the whole thing, and then I'm going to go with a softer brush like this. Pick a different color. Come on. Oh, come on. Pick a different color, a darker color. I'm gonna go with that first. Right there. And I am just going to create a new layer. And I'm just going to start putting down where I think the little dune things are going to be. Now the scale is this. I already have the grid on it. And so this is a 5 foot grid. So maybe a little bit smaller than that. How are you all doing today? Had an eventful day. A little bit stressed out, but it's all good. My maps are now on a few different virtual tabletops. Speaking of which, do any of you use Roll20 for your games? Because sometimes I wonder if Roll20, I know that they have a marketplace, but I do wonder if I could pre-configure my maps for Roll20 so you could import them into the game with all of the lighting options and walls and all that. I do not know if that's if Roll20 offers that. I do have like 3 of my maps on Roll20 marketplace, and they've been there for like a year at this point. I'm gonna make a few of these dunes. I'm gonna just sketch them out for now, really roughly. And then, once I kind of know, I'll approximately where I'm gonna put them. Nope, not like that. I'm gonna do a bit more detail on them. This is just very simple for now. We'll go more into details in a bit. Hi, Templar. Love the cat cam. Thank you. She is fast asleep. I hope she remains the same that way because she likes to leave when I start streaming. She usually spends all of her time in her bed, but then once I stream, she's like, "Nope, I'm done here. You're talking too much. You're noisy and loud, and I don't like it." And then she leaves. Hi Ty, how are you? Good evening to you as well. How are you doing today? Sable Falcon says, I don't use it, but I backed a Kickstarter for maps a year or two back that had versions for computer tabletop, BTT files or something. They seemed the same as the normal map files, just smaller in size. Do you know which one? I'd be curious to know what other BTTs out there. What other BTTs are out there. Words. English is hard. Are there any particular BTTs that you would want my maps on? Yeah, I can look it up in my files and find the keys for you to use as a reference. That would be great. I would appreciate it. So I'm just deepening the shadows on these dunes a bit. I feel like this background might be a little bit too dark. I will brighten it up in a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to make the brush a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna pick up a darker color if I can find. Yeah. So I'm gonna pick up a darker color, and I'm just going to deepen some of these shadows right at the top, and then blend them into the background, blend them into the shadows in the back there. The main point of the Kickstarter was to make physical map books, but I only did the digital version. Oh, I think maybe we're talking about something else. I'm talking about like actual tabletop applications, virtual applications, I guess, not maps. Or maybe I misunderstood. Right, they had a physical book and digital files. So it's not a virtual tabletop then, right? It's like maps. I think I know what you're talking about. I remember, I don't know who did it, but I remember folks were, somebody was doing a Kickstarter to publish a book with their maps. I would imagine that they probably had maps for virtual tabletops available. But that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actual platform. Um, like where you would use those maps. If you know what I mean? Okay, so I want to make like little, that makes sense. If you mean the actual software to use the maps, that I cannot help you there. I have no knowledge of that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. So for example, Roll20 is one of those, jeez. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is also search for um, desert pictures from above. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Roll20, Shard, Foundry, those are all virtual tabletops. Um, those are the ones that I'm talking about. And if people have, so I recently released a free pack of a bunch of my maps on Foundry uh, tabletop, and they're all pre-configured and everything for play. There's all of the walls and lighting, all of that is already set up and pretty much is ready to go. And it's the same that we just made the announcement with Shard. They have a bunch of my maps as well, all pre-configured and ready to play on their platform as well. So I just want to know if people are using, for example, tabletop. I don't know. There's some. I know there's Astral. There's a couple of my maps that are available on Roll20, but not a lot. And I'm just wondering um, if there are other tabletops out there that people would want to have my maps on. Just to, and I can also, there's a few different things that I'm thinking about is that I will be adding more benefits to my Patreon where people will be able to either download or claim packs that are possibly patron only on both Foundry and Shard, and any other ones that I can get my hands on. So just to make it more convenient for people to use my maps there with whatever that they're playing on. Okay, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Looking for desert pictures from above. And you know, things from above never look how you would think they might look. They always look quite different. Let's see. I want to use something. This one is interesting. This one is taken from really, really far above, almost like from space or something. But this is kind of cool. I like these formations. Maybe I should have used something more like this. It's very curly. So maybe I should have used something like this versus this. It seems a little bit less interesting to me. Alright. I'm gonna go back to a different... I'm gonna go back to, just something color that is something like this. I think I'm gonna revise this a bit. Delete some of this. And this is why things take forever. Ty says, they really do. Those pictures can be fun to look at though. Yeah, they really do. Like, you wouldn't really think that. Well, there are some, this one maybe more so, looks kind of like what I would expect, sorta, but not really. But there are some desert pictures that I was just like, that's what desert looks like? No way. Have you seen the picture of camels walking across the desert from above? Yeah, I have. Where the shadows look like camels themselves, but the camels just look like dashes. Yeah, it's a really cool picture. Okay, so maybe I should try to do something more like this, right? So maybe there's a larger dune here somewhere, like here. Let's say we'll turn this into a larger one. Also, I like this shape. The shape, I like this shape. It's not, it's like, it's not even. Like, all of my shapes are fairly even, but that one is more like that. So I'm gonna do that. Kinda, sorta. Probably should have used a smaller brush. And then it goes into a bunch of smaller ones, right? So we can do, from there, we can do like, oh, I need a smaller brush just to kind of sketch it out and see how it goes. Maybe, nope, not like this. Like that. Oh, by the way, Ty, I saw your announcement with Devin Brew. That is so freaking cool. And I don't know if you want to like post some links and stuff to your work. Please do. Um, it's so from what I understand, Devon Rue is she introduced a new um, website where I guess she will be posting uh, some sort of content. I know what you are posting with her. I'm not entirely sure what um, that website is going to host other than that, though. But she basically linked all of Metal and Magic's weekly posters on that website as part of, I think, an adventure guild or something like that. And it looked really, really cool. Well done. Ty says, as I understand it, the website is a kind of RP representation of an adventuring company and will be sharing the works of various creators as they would release to the adventuring company. Does she want maps? Because I have maps to share. I can be an adventurer that makes maps. Uh, um, It was super out of the left field. I still feel like such small fries. It's an honor to be the first creator on there. It's really freaking cool, man. It's so awesome, and I'm so happy for you. Uh, it's honestly, it's quite strange to me where sometimes I actually had that kind of today, where like I'm not a big creator, like by any stretch of imagination at all. Um, and sometimes you come across certain situations where you realize that whether you want it or not, people actually give a fuck about what you do. Um, and it's it can be both flattering but also terrifying. Like your actions actually, matter. And yeah, anyway. I definitely get the terrifying thing. Yeah, yeah, right? It's a little bit it's intimidating and weird in ways and exciting but also really really quite terrifying. And sometimes I'm like, why does anybody give a fuck about what I do? Why do they care at all? And people do. And sometimes I forget. Well, not sometimes, I often forget. Um that people do. And sometimes I come to this face to face where I don't think that anybody does, and then they do, and I'm like, what? No, 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 don't believe you. Ty says, it's like, oh, people are looking at me now. I'm not used to this. I don't know if I like it. Yeah, it's a weird, it's real weird. It's really strange um, and yeah, kind of scary. Weird Twitch cut out on me. Um, I mean, yeah, it's entirely sorry about that. It's possible that I am having some, uh, issues with connection. We actually lost power last night because we had a really bad storm. Um, so, oops. And Ty just linked the weekly poster website. It's awesome. You guys should really check it out. Um, it's really worth your time to check it out. I used it in my games as well. And okay, what is going on with my? Oh dear God, something's happened. Oh, you know what? I think my pen is dying. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, I need to hang on, folks. I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now. Isn't my pen died and I need to recharge it. Yeah, right. It's hang on 1 second. Sorry. Oh, oh God. Everything goes wrong. Um. Can you still hear me? Oh boy. I'm having a day. I'm sorry. I just unplugged my entire uh my entire tablet. Well, give me 1 second, sorry. Okay, I'm back. You know, some days are just like that. I'm back. Oh man. Sable Falcon says, I can relate to the storm stuff. I'm on the fringe of Hurricane Hannah. Oh, where is that? Is that, is that somewhere nearby? I heard that there are a few hurricanes that are coming in July of all times. I don't think this is hurricane season. Um, but have had rain every day for over a week. Wow. Sometimes some strong thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Um, yeah, no, it's, man, so it was a really weird storm too, in that we had, um, it was fairly short, but very, very strong. And it was quite like scary. Our cat was really freaked out, really jumpy because of it. She was not a fan. Oh, what am I doing? No, dumb, bad dumb. Okay. Um. So yeah, it was really, really quite unpleasant. I'm in Gulf of Mexico region between Galveston and Houston. Okay. Alright, gotcha. Well, good luck with that. I hope that, it doesn't cause a lot of crazy damage or anything like that. And stay safe. Alright. So I think I'm also going to create a few, maybe just one more. It's just gonna be like this, a little bit more irregular. Forgot what I was talking about. Of course I forgot what I was talking about. Um, it's not going to outright hit us, but the edges are causing lots of rain in the area. Yeah, makes sense. Hope there's no, like, flooding or anything like that. Ty says, is the area's drainage holding up? Okay. Yeah, is your area's drainage holding up? Like, there's no, hopefully there's no, like, um, danger of floods and whatnot. I love this song, man. I really, really do. So yeah, the storm last night was crazy. And we were without power for husband. How long do you think we were without power last night? Oh, well, an hour and a half, yeah, something like that. That's a decent chunk of time. Yeah, we recently started doing this thing where husband and I played this word game. That's basically what we ended up doing for the entire time, where we play, like, somebody will start with a word, let's say, I don't know, sand, and the next person has to say a word that starts with the last letter of the word that they said. So, like, they would have to, if I said sand, he would have to say a word that starts with D, and whatnot, and just keep going that way. And that's what we've been doing. I don't know if there's a name for the game. Tomb? So that's how we spent an hour and a half last night. Typhoon. Um, um, N-word. No! Look, N-words, like, not the N-word, but, like, N-words are hard for some reason. Last night, N-words and K-words, are hard. And then there's also, you will find that you will need to know a lot of Y words that start with a Y and E. There's lots of words and with a Y and an E. This is the information that you will never need in your life. But now you have it. You're welcome, chat. You never know, my life could depend on some obscure word game at some point. Right? Well, I mean, it's a great game to, like, keep yourself entertained when you have literally nothing else to do. Well, I guess, Seeing as basically my life just happens online, I realize that, internet is very crucial to my well-being. And once the internet is not there anymore, it's very difficult. Okay, what am I doing? I just keep like going over the same spots over and over again. Gonna blend this in a bit. Relic, know your role. Hi, welcome. Hello. We're working on a desert-themed map that is going to have King Tut's face, or at least a part of it, on it. And I'm just working on the background itself for now, based on some, what are they called? Reference pictures and whatnot. Well, there you go. You didn't miss a whole lot. I'm just kind of putting down some very rough lines just to figure out the layout and whatnot. Trying to make it a little bit more desert-like than some of my previous stuff. Very cool. You're very cool. Thank you for coming to the stream. How are you doing? How is your day going? What have you been up to? If you didn't notice, I've been making maps. Relic says, going pretty well. I got to play on another desert map of yours on the Shatter playtest. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it was, if, you're talking the one that I was a part, well, I wasn't a part of, I was just watching it. It was, it's honestly one of the coolest things to see ever. To actually watch people use your stuff live is really, really freaking cool. So it feels real good. Hey, Quest Magister, how are you? You sound like I should get a quest from you. What quest? Do you have a quest for me? Do you have a question mark above your head? Quest Magister says, doing good, you. I'm doing well. I'm just drawing. I'm drawing some maps. This is going to be a map with, here, let me show you a bit of King Tut, part of the face, I think, like something like this, will be coming out of the sand. And I think I will release it in the form of an asset where people would be able to use it or not. They will have a choice of building the map basically where they could put that. And I'll make probably a few palm trees and stuff like that. And so you'll be able to put these on the map as you wish. Use them as you wish. Quest Magister says, no questions hovering. My cartographizing has been going quite slowly recently, but otherwise doing good. Cartographizing. Cool. How's your, what have you been cartographizing? Relic says, I'm completely useless when it comes to making maps without Incarnate. So much respect for people like you who can make them from scratch. Hey, thank you. Hey, you know, we make them, we cartographers make them so that you don't have to. You know? That's why we make them. Not so sure about all of that. I did a bit too much. Overdid it here. The Mills commercial, we make maps, so you don't have to. Exactly, that needs to be my tagline. Alright, I'm gonna delete some of these, I don't like them. I don't like them. Oh, boy. Alright, so now that I kinda sorta kinda have a little bit of a layout down, I think I wanna fix this a little bit more. And then go a little bit lighter. Just blend this in a bit. Tagline for t-shirts. Yeah, merch! Buy my merch! I don't have any merch, I'm sorry. I can't have it, because I don't have it. Okay, that looks weird. That corner looks strange to me. Let me just fix this a little bit. I might just be making it worse at this point, I don't know. Nope. God, I love this one so much. I'm gonna do something like this. That makes sense. Okay. What kind of merch would you want, Dom? We're talking merch. Oh god. Honestly, never thought about it. I don't know. Tea mugs, coffee, espresso shot mugs, not mugs, cup thingies. I don't know. That's. Have you what kind of merch would you want to have? I guess t-shirts would be kind of cool. With like maps on them or something. T-shirts with like regional maps I think would look cool. But battle maps I think would be kind of weird. Are you planning merch now, Dom? No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't know. Why are we talking about merch? I have no idea. There was something about. Oh, I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm just. Hi, Tom. How are you? Oh, man. Tom, you hearing what I'm playing? You hearing this? Do you hear this music? It's awesome, and I love it, and it's great, and I love it. Did I say that I love it? Because I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do some highlights now. I legitimately love this song. I really, really do. I hear no music, just that's just the, I don't know what that word is, tones of your voice. Dang it! Okay, hang on. My audio settings got all kinds of screwed up for some reason, and I don't know why. There is music on this end. Alright, well, it should be a little bit louder now. Can you hear it? Dulce. Especially it's sweet and soothing. Aww! Thank you. Yeah, let me know if you can hear it now. It should be slightly louder. Yeah, I hear it now, faintly, but my Might be my speakers. Ah, gotcha. Well, it's alright. It's supposed to be faint, so it's not like so overpowering. You can't hear me. Feel like I should have done the highlights on a different layer because I feel like these highlights might be a little bit too strong, and if I made them on a different layer, it would have been easier to fix. Yeah. Nope. Something like that. Oh, Quest Magister, thank you for following. Look, the my notifications are all screwed up too. That's great. But yeah, thank you so much. I didn't see it. And Relic, thank you for following as well. Thank you so much, both of you. I did not see the notification, so I apologize. Relic, alright, gotta head out for a walk, but looking forward to seeing the finished product. Me too! Thank you so much, Relic, for stopping by and hanging out with us for a bit. Thank you very, very much, and have a good walk. I can't wait to actually start drawing King Tut. I've been really, really, really fascinated with ancient Egypt since forever. I studied um, Egyptian art history back in college, and it's just always been so incredibly fascinating to me. Just their history and their culture, really everything about them. It's like so, I don't know, almost magical in a way, even though I'm sure that people that lived back then didn't really think so necessarily. Um, it's not exactly the greatest conditions to have lived through, but I find it really quite interesting. And back when I lived in New York City, one of my favorite places to go was the temple exhibition in the Metropolitan Museum. And they have this whole temple that they basically brought from Egypt over to New York and reconstructed it under this dome that they built specifically for that temple. And so it has all of the original ancient Egyptian inscriptions and statues and these monolithic block things, and I love it. I love it so, so much. I got to see that. It was beautiful to experience. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's so gorgeous. Um, and so once you look at, I don't know, one of the things that was really quite interesting to me, Sable fucking says, do they have a gold tablet with inscriptions and suspicious evening activities? I don't know about that, but they have a huge part of the Met is dedicated to ancient Egypt, and it's incredible. Like, they have actual mummies in there, and sarcophagi, and I'm not gonna say the bad word. I'm trying to be better. um, and just I am so glad that I got to see all of that in person. It's magnificent, truly. And so back in college, um, it was one of my favorite things to study. And I'm actually amazed that I haven't done something. Well, I did part of the map that actually I made for one of your posters, Ty, was Egypt Egypt themed. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Okay, there you go. Sorry folks. I'm having a bit of a having a bit of a situation here with my computer. What's happening? Come on. Come on, computer. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on. There you go. Nope. That's not the color I was looking for. There you go. Alright, Sable Falcon says, it shocks me that people in Victorian times or whatever would have mummy unwrapping parties. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I read somewhere that some even ate the mummies. Yeah, they were weirdly obsessed with mummies, and so Egypt actually had a whole economy based on selling mummies, and they would like fake different mummies. Like they would sell them you know, mummified current people. Anyway, it's really actually disturbing. Yeah, it was like a whole thing, and quite terrible actually. Ty says, that was such a good map. I need to revamp my website to include a collab section and share it there. If that's okay with you, with links back to your Patreon, naturally. Yeah, of course it's okay with me. Are you kidding me? It was made, you know, because of your work, so of course. Yeah, absolutely. So freaking lootly, man. Yeah, so the some of the things that I learned when I was studying Egypt back in the day, I forget the name of the pharaoh, but Egypt had some of the first female leaders, and there was a pharaoh who at first was believed to be male, because that's how it was presented in the writings and whatnot. But then people figured out that it was actually a woman um, that wanted to be portrayed that way, but she was an actual pharaoh, which was basically unheard of at the time. And so I don't know. It's just it's so fascinating, it's so amazing. People in Victorian age were weird. Yeah, they were. They really were. Really quite strange. Really, there's some things that they were weirdly morbid. Victorian people. Also, the aesthetic of um, this looks weird. I did it wrong. I'll blend it in a second. Um, I really love Victorian aesthetic. We watched that movie Winchester, I think. I actually watched it again last night, right before the power went out. Um, if you've never seen it, it has really, really shit reviews. But it's a horror movie, and I love horror movies. I always have, and it's based on um, an actual house. I think I don't remember where it is. I think it's like in Nevada or something. It's Winchester's the gun maker got owned that house, and then his widow built a fuck ton of rooms in that house. And anyway, it has a really interesting history, and it's based on an actual house. And the aesthetic of all of the sets in that movie were absolutely amazing. And it's the same, like, I will sometimes watch a movie just because the sets are so incredible visually, and historically. Another movie like that is I think it was Woman in Black with with Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe. The sets in that movie are just so beautiful. And so yeah, and it was the same with Winchester. It was like all I was paying attention to was the sets and the backgrounds and the furniture and the motifs and patterns and stuff like that. It was amazing. Hey David Glass, how are you? Winchester Mystery House in California. Yeah, in California, not Nevada. So yeah, it's an actual house, and what they portray in the movie is actually fairly accurate, except for the whole actual ghost thing. But the way they showed the widow and why she did what she did is all accurate because she built the rooms and the house for the spirits and stuff like that. It's fascinating and interesting, and you know yeah. David, hi. So here, just to bring you up to speed, I'm working on another desert map. We're going to have King Tut's face peeking out of the sand. It's like a giant King Tut face, basically, and then I'm going to draw some palm trees and maybe a little oasis and a few houses. I'm going to release it in the form of um, assets so that people could customize what they show to their players. So yeah. Anyway, Sable Falcon says rose red build for the spirits. Yeah, it's a house that the spirits build is which is something like that. House for the spirit. Yeah, basically. It's really interesting. And I've heard of her before that movie as well, just because that kind of stuff I just find interesting and exciting, and so I've known about that house. I did not know, however, that Winchester, the movie, was based on that house when I started watching it, and I was like, oh, that looks familiar. Okay. So yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. To be honest, I kind of want to do it a cheaty way where I put this, like, part of this on this map and just kind of paint based on that. But I also probably shouldn't do that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do my usual thing that I do, which is going to just be line work, and then I'm gonna do a sketch and line work eventually. And then I'll just color it. Okay. So where's our King Tut? Not there. Okay, so what are we gonna do with this? I think that I want to probably include this part. It's probably gonna go something like without the background, of course, but something. I'm thinking what part of mouth I should include. I'm probably gonna do something like that. So that would be the part that's sticking out of the sand. I think that would look really cool, actually. And like at an angle. You know? What do you all think? How big should it be? Keeping in mind that this is 5 feet. So it's huge. That is massive. It is massive, yeah. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way. Massive is okay. They did build some massive statues and structures. Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. I'm just gonna start with the eyes. Another thing that is very much fascinating to me is the reason why we know. Do you all want an educational lesson in Egyptology? Because I could talk about it forever. Have I told you that I like Egypt and like, you know, ancient Egyptian history and all that yet? 'Cause I think I mentioned it a couple of times. Um, the reason why we have King Tut and his tomb was still intact was because um, he was very young when he died, and it was likely I watched this documentary. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but they were basically saying that he didn't die due to natural circumstances, but was rather assassinated by one of his um, advisors, I think, is what they said. And that he was actually quite frail. He was disabled. Don't forget to save. Oh god. Instant panic. Yeah, the more massive, the more prestige. And his tomb was, so when they opened it, it was basically just a bunch of mess thrown in. And it was hidden. Quite well, and so robbers and stuff couldn't get to it. They didn't even know it was there. And that's why it was preserved so well. It's actually due to the fact that he was not in power for very long. At the time, he was not considered to be a powerful figure. But thanks to that, he is now one of the most prominent historical figures as far as we know. Ah, so many details. I'm going quiet because I'm trying to do, I'm trying to do the line work, and in order for the lines not to be crappy, I sometimes have to, like, put a lot of focus into it. Like, that's a crappy line. That's a bad line. No. Alright. I do wonder what in the world that they used for dyes. I bet that this is a restored version of his mask. I doubt that this is original work, right? The colors? Maybe it is. And if it is, that's amazing. The fact that the colors lasted that long. I mean, they must have had some sort of... Even if it is restored, there must have been some sort of, something that remained of the color for them to know what color it was. I think I'm gonna do these in line work. It's terrible. Alright, so I'm gonna do some of this. I might actually leave this open-ended so I can blend it into the background once I color it. Okay. Yeah, not bad. I think this is gonna be fine. Once I color it especially, I think it's gonna come out well. Okay. I'm gonna create, just put it in a folder really quick. So I also want to do, a few, a few palm trees. I'm just looking for some reference pictures for them. I'm gonna show you. It's just a reference picture. This is it's pretty bad quality. Oh, this is a pretty good. Quality isn't great either, but it doesn't really matter. But you can see the palm trees from above quite well. Yeah, I think I'll do them like that. I think that kind of makes sense. Alright. I think I'm just gonna do line work for them for now. Come on. Sable Falcon says, all the synth reminds me of something from a Kobold Press book, either Tome of Beasts or the Creature Codex, a giant mimic that impersonates sand dunes. So a giant ooze that impersonates an oasis. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. That's a really interesting idea. Okay, so I think the rest of the palm tree, I have some of the beginning of the branches and whatnot, but I think the rest of the palm tree I'm gonna do in color. So I'm just going to do like trunks and a bit of the leaves. Maybe some I will do just the tops. Actually, I'm gonna do each independently on their own layer. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but once I color, that's gonna be where all the detail will come in. I'll do a few different types. Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that. I know it's not a whole lot, but it's gonna look much, much better once I'm done with them. I'm gonna finish the stream for today. Thank you so much, everybody who came to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. It makes it so much more fun when there's actually folks in the chat that are hanging out with me. So thanks again. I may or may not stream tomorrow. It's possible. But let's see if we can rate somebody. And who's rating? Who's streaming? Lyric. I'm not gonna rate Lyric with 21,000 viewers like he currently has. David Peterson is actually streaming right now. I think I'm gonna rate David Peterson as another artist. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to follow me if you're not already, and turn on the notifications so it lets you know when I'm streaming. And I will catch you all later.